Red Devil basketball is on the air. Evanston looks to take a strong round ball tradition into the next roaring 20s. Catch all the glass-breaking action on your home for Red Devil Sports, KNYN 99.1, with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com. Red Devil basketball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, Dr. McKay Frankham, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Arrowhead Dental, Plains Tires, The Littlest Wood Shop, Evanston Regional Hospital, the Come On In Casper, Evanston Parks and Recreation, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Uinta County School District Number 1, Elling Ford Brothers, The Store, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Bear River Dental, Mountain West Business Solutions, and by Wyoming Dental Specialties. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sit back, relax, and raise the pitchforks as we head to the arena to join the voice of your Evanston Red Devils, ELAN OLLIFF.
Welcome back, Red Devil fans, to Red Devil Gymnasium for this week's matchup between the Jackson Bronx and the Evanston Red Devils. The boys in consolation bracket action in a matchup where the winner will move on to play at 11:30 a.m. against the loser of Star Valley and Rock Springs. And the loser, their season will finish. ELAN OLLIFF and Ryan Steiner bringing you the action. It should be a good one. About 3 minutes left in the previous game. It is 50-48. Riverton over Green River. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll set the scene for this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Welcome back to this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com. ELAN OLLIFF and Ryan Steiner, happy to bring you the action live from Evanston Red Devil Gymnasium as the Red Devils get ready to take on the Jackson Bronx. Evanston, number 2 in the Southwest, Jackson, number 1. The Bronx come in with an 0-21 record, also 0-6 in the region for a Southwest. Last game was a 69-32 loss to Kelly Walsh, the number 2 seed, or number one seed, in the Northwest, 69-32. Bronx currently scoring around 39 points per game and allowing around 65 points per game on defense. For the I guess you could call them technically, unofficially homestanding Evanston Red Devils. Currently a 9-14 season with including a 5-1 4A Southwest region record. The lone loss coming to Star Valley in Afton in the first before last game of the regular season. Last time they were out was just last night where they lost to Cody, final score 55-44. Red Devils currently scoring around 52 points per game and allowing just under 57 points per game. Joining me now, we have Ryan Steiner. Ryan, this is your, I guess, technically third game watching this Evanston team. This is the first time that you've called for them since the Flaming Gorge where they played Warland, but you did get a chance to see some games in person. What is kind of like the impression that you have from this squad?
You know, it's an interesting squad because they to me, they look like they have all the pieces to be a very good team, and you see that at times. You know, a triple overtime win over Green River, the way they had an 8-point lead on Warland at that Flaming Gorge Classic, and I'm sure you could point to some other wins where this looks like a very good team. The inconsistency is a problem, and a big part of that is turnovers. They're giving the ball away 16 times a game, and if you're giving it away more than 10 or 12, you're going to get yourself in trouble, and that's where they're allowing that 56 points a game because they really have the length, the shooting, the guard play. They've got it all when they play their best.
Last time Evanston and Jackson Hole faced off was in the regular season finale just last Saturday, so less than a week ago. And the Red Devils were able to take care of business. Final score there, 64-32. Listen to these numbers in the by quarters. Jackson Hole led after the first 10-9, and then Evanston ramped up the pressure. They would outscore them in the second quarter 17-8, 20-8, and 18-6. So this is a team that Evanston feels like they have their number. But as you've said on Rebel Rebel a few times, especially leading into the 1A state tournament for Utah, it is going to be very difficult to beat a team 3 times in a season.
Yeah, I mean, people, you know, coaches will tell you that. Here's the thing. Evanston, they've got the home court. They've beat Jackson by double digits both times. This is Evanston's game to lose. If they come out, play their game, don't make stupid mistakes, they should win this game.
They beat them by 28 in Evanston last weekend and by 20 at the beginning of the month. So a combined 48-point-plus point differential in favor of Evanston on the 2 previous matchups. In the last weekend matchup, just one other point on tough to beat a team 3 times. This can be kind of a trap game for Evanston, right? Because where you said they beat them by 28, and then the other game they beat them by 30 or 30-something. What was it? It was 28 and 20.
28 and 20. So 2 dominant wins for Evanston. And if they come in thinking, oh, it's Jackson, no problem, they're going to lose.
I don't think that'll happen, considering what happened last night was so, I believe, by the public, by the Red Devils themselves, was so unexpected. A 55-44 loss to Cody in the first round. Right now we have about 24.8 seconds left in this Green River-Riverton matchup, and it's a classic. 54-52, Green River playing Riverton leading, but Lucas Engel just went to the free throw line as he puts the first one up, around no good. This game could go into overtime, and in that case, we do have a backup plan for programming to kind of help extend things. But I tell you what, when you talk about the tournament that has been happening here in Evanston over this weekend, it's been great basketball.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, talk about great basketball, and it hurts for Evanston fans, but Cody came in a 59% free throw shooting team, and their girls hit almost 75% at the line to beat Evanston earlier today. You've got a great game going on right now, a battle of some young talent, some upperclassmen as well with Riverton and Green River. And still got a day and a half of basketball to go.
Final score in the girls' game against Cody. Winner plays tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Losers' season was over, 43-36. Cody ends the season of the Evanston Lady Red Devils. So that, as you mentioned, it is sad for Red Devil fans, but now we kind of got to reset the focus, reset the clock, and will these boys into a victory today? Winner will play at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow right here at Red Devil Gymnasium, as things are getting a little energetic, I guess you could say, on the floor right now between Green River and Riverton at the moment.
Green River just got an offensive rebound on a missed free throw, kicked it back outside, and Riverton obviously wanting to foul to stop the clock, but the foul was a hard push, and then it looked to me, from what I could see, Green River's guys sold it a bit as well, but it was definitely a hard foul.
Well, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we will continue to set things for this matchup. Evanston, Jackson, Winner will play tomorrow at 11:30. Loser goes home and their season is over. On a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
When someone says sleep apnea, it usually conjures up stereotype images. This is Dr. Jonathan Morgan. The fact is that sleep apnea affects people of all ages and occurs when there is an involuntary pause of breath during sleep. Are you always tired? At Arrowhead Dental, we offer oral appliance therapy as an effective, non-invasive treatment for certain types of sleep apnea. Schedule an appointment to take a simple in-home test. Visit arrowheaddentalwy.com today.
Crafting is really fun. Sometimes a tutorial helps get the project finished just right. TheLittleSwoodShop.com offers tutorials on Facebook to teach you new techniques and fun ideas for crafting. Follow us on Facebook so you're notified each time we post a new tutorial. Plus, get all your supplies for each project at TheLittleSwoodShop.com. We sell individual project supplies, kits for group projects, and we sell bulk wholesale crafting supplies. Visit TheLittleSwoodShop.com today.
Welcome back to this First Bank presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com. ELAN and Ryan Steiner bringing you the action live from Red Devil Gymnasium, site of the 2020 4A West Regional Tournament. The boys getting ready to take on Jackson. Winner goes home. Our winner plays at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Loser, their season will end. Let's go ahead and give you a tournament update on the boys' side. First matchup in the boys' bracket taking place yesterday. Star Valley versus Riverton. Star Valley wins that one pretty easily. Then it was Rock Springs versus Green River. Rock Springs outlast Green River in a showdown. And then that set it up for the biggest upset of the tournament. Number 3 in the Northwest, Cody, versus number 2, Evanston in the Southwest. Cody beats that one. Final score 55-44, and absolutely shocking the home crowd here at Red Devil Gymnasium. Then the 8 o'clock game takes place. Kelly Walsh over Jackson. It wasn't even close. Final score there, 69-32, Trojans. Right now we're in the first game of the boys' consolation bracket. With 15.8 seconds left to go, Green River leads Riverton 54-53. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on this one. And then, of course, Evanston and Jackson winner will play the loser of Star Valley Rock Springs at 11 o'clock tomorrow. The loser will be done for the season. Red Devils hoping to get the 3-game sweep over Jackson to punch their ticket for Red Devil Gymnasium at 11:30 tomorrow, and then hoping to win that one. And here's where it gets interesting. If they win that game at 11:30 tomorrow, they'll be in the third place game at 4:30 p.m. at Evanston Middle School. So a different change of venue, a gym that the Red Devil players have not played in a while, but it should be a lot of fun.
And they'll take on the loser between Cody and Kelly Walsh?
Star Valley and Rock Springs.
Star Valley and Rock Springs. So, but of course, Evanston could spend all day looking ahead. Well, if we win this one, they've got to focus on
now.
On this one. They've got to focus on the Bronx, because despite the fact that Jackson comes in 0-21, 0-6 in the conference, it's still it's a group of guys that they're coached. They work hard every day, just like Evanston does. They know how to play basketball. They haven't had the success they've wanted to, but they're going to come out playing for everything, not to go home.
Also, name a more hungry team in the state for a win. I mean, if you're going to get your one win of the season, you get it in the postseason, really.
Yeah, what a way. I mean, you look at the Wyoming Cowboys. They're kind of in that situation right now in the Mountain West Conference Tournament. They hadn't won a lot of games in the regular season. They get to the conference tournament. They beat Colorado State. And then last night they go out and beat who did they beat last night? Nevada, yes.
Nevada.
Yeah, and suddenly they're in the semifinals. So the bottom line is you cannot overlook anybody.
And I think that is a lesson that every team needs to learn. And the fact of the matter is, I really do think Evanston's going to go out there, and we're going to see them play really, really well. But I also think Jackson is going to make this a different game as well, knowing that what's at stake. I mean, you look at a good example, the Cody-Evanston game this morning. Evanston won that one by double digits in the regular season meeting, and then that was a back-and-forth battle between Cody and Evanston all morning, ending up with free throws making the difference. Cody winning that game, final score 43-36. The buzzer, oh no, I thought the buzzer sounded, but
no, timeout.
Timeout called, 11.4 seconds left in the fourth. We might be looking at overtime as it is 55-53 Green River.
I tell you, Green River could have pulled away. They've missed 4 of their last 6 free throws, so they've only hit 2 of 6 down the stretch. Otherwise, instead of a 2-point lead, it could, I mean, even if they hit half of those, it's a 4-point lead.
Well, should this game into overtime, we go into overtime. We do have an idea of what we're going to do, but we'll go ahead and let that play out. Ryan, just real quick, when you saw Evanston play Warland, they had an 8-point lead on Warland, which, by the way, the Warriors were the last undefeated team in the entire state of Wyoming, lost their regular season finale to Lander, I believe. What were the impressions that you had from this Red Devil team against Warland?
You know, Green River just
barely squeaks by.
They got the win, so Riverton's season comes to an end. But as far as Evanston, you know, I think from what I saw, Elan, they've got a lot, all the pieces, like I said, and I think, and you could speak more to this, but they've got, with Mason Ellingford inside, they've got an opportunity to, you know, the makeup of this team can be to just pound it inside and open up the outside. And I think the team has a tendency, because they do have some very good outside shooters in David Baxter, Burke Thomas, and others.
Dawson Crofts,
and Braxton Lynn can hit from out there. But they have a tendency to settle for those outside shots or not make that smart pass to get it into Ellingford, not be patient enough to get it in there when he's posted up, has his man sealed. And so that leads to missed threes or forced passes that end up in turnovers. But when they can run that offense first through Ellingford and then kick it outside, that opens up those guys for more open threes. And then also you got, I mean, Baxter, he's a guy that can drive and dish. So is Crofts. So they've got all the pieces, but as long as they're executing and patient enough to execute that way, this can be a very good team. And against, I mean, that Warland team was fantastic. They shot the ball well. Ellingford, I think, had 30 points in that game to pace Evanston, and so that's the type of team they can be.
One thing that you definitely are right on is that when they are able to feed the post, they are one of the top teams, and it's hard to beat them. Last night, I think we saw a lot of tough defense. Duncan Radakovich is the same height as Mason Ellingford, but I believe Mason gives up about 20 pounds to him. Duncan Radakovich is a 6'5" built type of guy, and I think that might have hurt them just a little bit. But one thing that we've seen that Coach Cornea realizes when they need another post, they've got no problem bringing in the 6'11" junior Wade Bowen off the bench, and he does a great job splitting up things. Against Jackson last weekend, we saw Jackson open up by triple teaming Mason Ellingford, saying, you're not going to beat us. So what does Coach do? Calls timeout. Wade Bowen comes in, and that's when things immediately change because it strips that triple team in half. And you have to worry about both big men at that point.
Right. And it's like a Twin Towers type situation. You have Bowen and Ellingford both in there. And it just has to, I think that's for Evanston to have success because here's the thing, Elan, the other team has a coach too. The other team's working every day, and they have a plan for how to stop Ellingford, how to force Evanston, or maybe be patient enough inside defensively to say, yeah, Evanston, take those outside shots that are contested, not maybe as well as they would be otherwise, but you know, both teams working. They come in, and this will be an interesting matchup. Evanston, though, I think, as you said, though, they've got to get some things going inside, and that should open things up outside.
We're about 7 minutes away from the start of this one. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll continue bringing you the action as it looks like the student section has been let loose for this 1 o'clock matchup against Jackson. Red Devils taking on the Bronx on a First Bank presentation of Evanston basketball on KNY and 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy, so the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Welcome back to Red Devil Gymnasium, site of the 2020 4A West Regional Tournament. The Evanston Red Devils, after suffering an upset to Cody, 55-44 in last night's primetime game of night 1, now get ready to battle for their playoff lives against the Jackson Bronx. Winner plays at 11:30 tomorrow morning. Loser goes home. Evanston has beaten Jackson by a combined point total of 48 points. 20 points back in Jackson at the beginning of February, and 28 points last weekend. Matter of fact, less than a week ago, as it's only Friday.
Right.
So, joining me, Ryan Steiner, voice of the Rich Rebels, host of Rebel, and of course, great citizen of Evanston, Wyoming himself. Ryan, as this gymnasium starts to fill up, it really does show the passion that the community has for their high school sports here in Evanston, and really employs what I believe one of the best home court advantages in the state.
Yeah, and this is a fun thing, I think, to host the regionals. It looks like, as you mentioned, some of the students are being let out of class a little bit early. Education folks might think, well, what are we doing? But if they were in class, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be real focused.
Yeah,
right?
let me call in the education people's minds right now. They're going to be doing math the whole time. They're going to be calculating, okay, we're up by this much, or okay, we need to get this much. So it's going to be a lot of addition and subtraction going on in the minds of the students. So on the education front, I think we're covered. The Red Devils led this season by Dawson Crofts and Mason Ellingford. Mason, the lead point getter for them throughout the entire season, but I was actually helped by one of the coaches. I got emailed the stat sheet that lists stats just strictly since the regional season began. Evanston, number 3 in the state in defense, according to that number right there. And Dawson Crofts is actually the lead scorer, averaging around 20 points per game. If you take that into consideration, once again, those stats were only compiled throughout the regional season, where Evanston went 5-1.
So during conference play, yes, or the quadrant play,
yes,
is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Crofts, I mean, he really has been lighting it up, and he's dangerous from downtown. He's a 67% free throw shooter. And I think one of the things that can make this Evanston team especially strong is this season they're a 52% shooting team from inside the arc. And so like we've been saying, if they can get things going inside, they shoot a high percentage from in there and then kick it out when those players on the perimeter are open.
In the third quarter, when Evanston was starting to climb their way back in the game last night, Cody did something that I think a lot of people don't really realize what they're doing. When Wade Bowen were in the game, they had no problem fouling the big man. Wade Bowen is around 90% free throw shooter, if I'm not mistaken. He missed one last night, and he's definitely one of those guys. He's a big man, but he's got a touch at the line.
Oh yeah, not a big sample size, 7 of 8 this season, but yeah, that's 88%.
Yeah, so he's one of those guys that I think the mind tells you, you know what, big man, I can foul him. Chances are we're going to get one out of this. But he's one of those guys that really is great from the stripe. Also, Mason Ellingford, another guy that gets the job done. Dawson Crofts, very well and very proficient as well. And really, Evanston's going to have to really continue to play their game, and I think they'll be all right. On the Jackson side, who are some players who kind of jump out in the stat sheet for you?
You know, I mean, obviously, Silas Watkins, the leading scorer, 12.5 points. And then there's a couple others that are right about at 12 points. Evan Bruner at 11.5 points per game. And none of these guys, I mean, they're as a team, 52% from the free throw line. But from three-point range, Silas Watkins, he'll launch it. I mean, he's attempted 113 threes this season, so he's not afraid to pull the trigger. You got to watch out for him. His percentage at 30, That's not great, but it's also not bad. You hit 1 out of 3. That's pretty, that's respectable. So he's definitely, I think, the one to watch out for, and then Evan Bruner as well.
You mentioned that Jackson, I believe you said a 53% from the stripe. We just saw a game where Cody was a 56% free throw team heading into that game, and they shot 75 from the stripe, which helped them put it on. I think that's just another testament that when you get into these type of games, these pressure cooker situations where it's win or go home, really anything can happen.
Absolutely. I saw this a couple of weeks ago. To qualify for state, a couple girls teams in Utah, Manila and ICS, had to face off, and Manila had beat ICS twice in the regular season. Similar differences of scores, not quite the same scores, but Manila had dominated the first 2 games, and then ICS went out and beat Manila at Manila to qualify for state. And that's kind of what you've got right here, is that Evanston on paper looks like the better team. They've scored more points. They've allowed fewer points, fewer turnovers. They're shooting better. They've won both the games already, but you got to beat that third. You got to win that third one. This is the one that matters.
It definitely is. You can forget about the 15-1 quadrant record. Forget about the 0-21 overall record if you're Jackson. It all resets right now back to 0-0, and this game is the only season that matters to both of these teams right now. 29 seconds on the scoreboard before we get ready to start this one. The starting lineups are all sitting down on the bench, getting ready for their introduction. Coach Lex Cornea and Sam Luntz. Of course, Luntz coaches for Jackson, Cornea for the Red Devils, giving their troops one last bit of information before they are to do battle. Evanston and Jackson, winner plays tomorrow at 11:30. Loser will go home and end their 2019 season in a matter of 32 minutes of play time. As the PA announcer gets ready to announce things, first we'll see the Jackson starting lineup. Jackson in their black away uniforms, gold numbers with a red trim with Jackson across the chest. Evanston in their white home uniforms, red numerals with Evanston across the chest. So the Red Devils getting ready for the calm before the storm.
The band is here. The student section got a little bigger. Looking for a good crowd today.
For a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock game on a Friday afternoon, we've actually got a very good crowd going here. The energy will definitely be up as things come up. Here comes the starting lineup for the Jackson Bronx. Number 4, a senior, Evan Bruner. Number 13, Gavin Bruner, a junior. Number 22, Riggs Turner, a junior. Number 24, Silas Watkins, as you mentioned, one of the snipers for this team. And number 32, Sam Lopeman, comes out. Coached by Sam Luntz. And now the Red Devils get ready for their introduction. Kevin Callis providing the intro pump-up music for the Red Devils. And the claps begin as Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold blares through the loudspeakers, getting ready to get the boys pumped up. Braxton Lind on the bench, dancing around. You can tell he's feeling good and ready for this one. It's win or go home, the most important game of the season as far as Evanston is concerned at this very moment. Here comes the seniors. Number 3, David Baxter. Here comes the junior, number 4, Bert Thomas. Here comes the hero from the Star Valley game, the senior, number 10, Dawson Crofts. Number 32, Mason Ellingford, expecting to see a lot of Ellingford boards this afternoon. And number 43, the All-State golfer, Braxton Lind. That's the junior, completes the starters as the entire Evanston team, both the starters and the bench, go to the left corner pound the floor saying this is our house, this is the most important game of the season, and let's come up with it. Listen to that crowd.
That student section fired up. Ready?
You can't help but get fired up too when you're in this type of environment.
That's a cool entry.
Mason Ellingford easily wins the tip-off. Matter of fact, he's the only one that goes up. Looks for Dawson Crofts for a quick, wide open shot in the lane, and it's an easy 2-0. Red Devils on top of this one early. Right now, Jackson hoping to respond. A very impressive opening basket there for Evanston. They missed the first. Jackson misses the first attempt, and the Red Devils get the rebound. And they are high energy. You just can tell they are coming out fired up today.
They got to keep that energy going, but be careful not to play chaotic.
Dawson Crofts in the right corner, goes to David Baxter on the right side. 3-ball, yes! 5-0 start for the Red Devils.
Boy, Baxter, you could see he knew that was going in. 35% from three-point range, and he buries it.
Foul called on, it'll be on Braxton Lind as Gavin Bruner tries to find Sam Lopman at the top of the circle, and he hits the deck. Lind made the contact, and it'll be his first foul of the game. Lopman to inbound it for Jackson. He goes to Gavin Bruner. Bounces it over to Watkins on the right side. Lind playing tough defense. They double team him. Pass intercepted by Burke Thomas. What a play by Burke, looking for a wide open. Dawson goes to Mason in the lane, wide open. And it's 7-0. Evanston coming out, sending a message.
That's 3 turnovers already for Jackson.
And you can feel the energy just pick up in this building right now. Gavin Brunner goes to Evan Brunner. He drives into the lane. David Baxter, he's triple teamed. Blocked by Evanston. There's about 3 Red Devils there swarming Brunner in the lane. We'll see who the foul's on. It looks like it's going to be David Baxter who picks up the first one for the senior. Now, Evan Brunner, Gavin Evan, to shoot the free throws. First one is good. And Jackson stops the bleeding at 7. 6:24 left in the first quarter. Red Devils lead it 7-1. With
these quick points by Red Devils makes you think no more than a minute and 36 seconds have gone by.
Bruner hits the second one, and Evanston immediately inbounds it quickly. They are playing with some high energy. Dawson Crofts backs to Ellingford. Looking for David Baxter. He'll get it. Pass is poked out of his hands, picked up by Lopman. He's triple teamed, and it's taken right back by Evanston. Dawson Crofts over to a wide open Burke Thomas right corner, and you could just tell as soon as it came out of his hand it was going in, and it's 10-2.
Evanston,
what a start.
4 for 4 from the floor so far.
Quickly over to Evan Bruner on the left side. Long pass, almost intercepted by Braxton Lind. Instead, Lopman takes the dribble, goes into the lane. It's off the iron, across the left sideline. Last one to touch it, Jackson.
That was a brave move by Riggs Turner. He got past, was it Lind or Crofts, and then he thought, okay, I'll take the shot. But Ellingford says, I don't think so, son.
No.
Not in my paint.
Nope. Burke Thomas across the timeline, slowing things down. Maybe he's sensing that, hey, we don't want to play chaotic here. Looking for Ellingford, right block, triple team. Braxton Lind gets the pass. And Lind is proving to be another weapon for Coach Cornea when Ellingford is triple teamed. It's 12-2.
Big key right there for Ellingford. Double triple team comes. That means 1 or 2 guys are open. Lind was that time, easy bucket.
Gavin Brunner goes to Evan Brunner. Thought about taking a 3, but David Baxter is all over him. Screen by Lopman, but a 3-ball by Brunner at the top of the circle is hit very, very well. Very impressive shot by Brunner. 12-5, and as I'm updating the scoreboard, I look away and Evanston puts 2 more points on the board. I didn't catch what that was.
I believe it was Lind at the free throw line.
Braxton Lind with 4 early points here, 14-5. This is the quickest start we've seen them get out to against any of the Jackson games. Watkins, 3-ball, well short from the right side, picked up by Burke Thomas.
Lind got a piece of that shot.
Braxton Lind back to David Baxter. 3 at the top of the circle. No, off of the front iron, tipped across the baseline by Braxton Lind, trying to get the rebound.
That's the first missed shot of the game for Evanston.
And we're almost halfway through the first quarter. David Baxter checks out. Casey Perriman checks in. Listen to this crowd. Well, they were yelling. Now they're clapping and snapping. You can't really pick that up very well. Gavin Brunner on the left side. Dawson Crofts on defense, and a penalty called, and it's going to be on Jackson. I didn't see what the call was.
It was an illegal screen or illegal pick. I didn't see it, but that is the call.
It will be the first one on, they're saying Aiden Walker, but I don't think he's in right now on the scoreboard, so we'll have to look at that later. Burke Thomas goes to Dawson Crofts on the right side. Back to Braxton Lind, open at the free throw line, pop pass to Ellingford, puts the shot up. It's no good, it's good, but he's fouled, so he'll shoot, or no, they won't be on the shot. It'll be on the drive. So Burke Thomas to inbound it. 14-5 with 3:59 left in the first. Float pass to Ellingford at the top of the circle. He's hit 2 threes this season. Burke Thomas goes right back to Dawson Crofts on the right, looking for Lind from the right block, takes the contact, can't get it to roll around. Great job by Lind. He knew he wasn't going to get the rebound, so he tips it to the outside to Dawson Crofts. Casey Perriman on the left side. 3:41 remaining. Red Devils up by 9. Crofts on the right side, floats to Ellingford, backs into the right block, triple teamed. Dawson Crofts, wide open 3, top circle, off the back iron. Rebound is out of bounds. Last one to touch it. Looked like it was Silas Watkins who couldn't reel it in.
And there's that inside-outside action. Jackson putting so much attention on Ellingford. That's twice now he's found the other guy, the open man. Good ball movement.
Timeout called. We're going to take it as well. The Red Devils off to a red-hot start. 14-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 3:29 left in the first. On a First Bank presentation of Evanston basketball on KNY and 99.1 with live video online at mylocalradio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Well, the Red Devil team we're seeing tonight this morning is not the team we saw last night. You mentioned an amazing stat for the first quarter for the Red Devils.
They hit their first 6 shots.
In a row.
Yeah, 4 2-point shots and 2 threes.
So a good start for the Red Devils. They lead at 14-5 with 3:29 remaining in the first quarter. Evanston float pass to Ellingford, top circle, goes to Braxton Lind on the left side of the free throw line. He takes a dribble, now kicks it over to Casey Perriman on the left wing. Burke Thomas at the top of the circle, back to Perriman, same spot. Holding it for a little while. Perriman drives into the right block, now reverses with Watkins on him. Pass is poked out of bounds. Ball is poked out of bounds.
Good D by Silas Watkins. Perriman has a real quick and strong first step, but Watkins didn't let him get past him.
Dawson Crofts on the right side, now drives into the right block, puts the shot up, draws the foul, and he's shooting 2. I got Burke Thomas and David Baxter with 3, Dawson Crofts with 2, Mason Ellingford with 2, Braxton Lind leading the way with 4. Dawson Crofts, first free throw, rolls around, ring around the rosy, and down it goes. Ring around the rosy, and we all fall down. 15-5, Red Devils up by 10. Looking to go up by 11, and that one's nothing but net. 16-5. Red Devils lead with 3:03 left in the first. Gavin Brunner across the timeline goes to the left side, Looking for Lopeman at the top of the circle. Bounce pass intended for Aiden Walker, but he loses control of it in the lane. Crosses the baseline, last touch. Jackson, Red Devils ready to inbound it.
Jackson's had troubles with turnovers this year. Evanston has had their own, but Jackson averaging almost 17 turnovers a game. That's already 4.
Casey Perriman on the right side. The senior goes to the top of the circle, back to Ellingford. And now Burt Thomas goes to Dawson Crofts. The All-State cross-country leader goes to the All-State golfer. Back to Burt Thomas. Top of the circle. 3. Yes! Burt Thomas, 6 points.
Burt Thomas, if he has time, he may be the deadliest three-point shooter in the state.
19-5 with 2:17 remaining in the first. Coach Cornea said that he's been looking for Burt to break out in a big way, and right now we might have it. Evan Brunner goes to the left side to the block, kicks it over to Aiden Walker as he draws the foul in the lane. And look at this, David Baxter and Wade Bowen getting up for the scores table. It'll be Lind and Perriman that comes out. So Coach Cornea now really going to split whatever coverage they have on Ellingford in half with the 6'11" junior. Brunner, left side 3, well short, rebounded by Walker, goes to Lopman on the right side. He takes a shot from the elbow, and they wave off the shot as he's fouled. It looks like it's going to be Bowen who picks up his first one.
Yeah, Bowen got out of position a little bit, closed in a little quicker with Brunner's move, and then just reached out, got an arm.
Evanston on defense as Jackson will inbound it under their own net. 19-5. Red Devils lead here in the first quarter with 1:54 remaining. Quickly over to Brunner. Right side 3 off the front iron. Rebounded by Aiden Walker. Over to Watkins. Quickly over to Evan Brunner on the right side. David Baxter working on him. Kicks it back over to Gavin Brunner around the 10-foot line of the volleyball court here at EHS. 93 seconds left in the first. Back to Gavin Brunner from the elbow. Wide open right side. Lopman, no good. Pulled down by Evanston. Dawson Crofts across the timeline. He drives into the lane. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebounded, is out of bounds. Last one to touch it, Jackson.
This Evanston team playing with some good energy. They're playing smart, patient, disciplined basketball, and that's why they're up 19-5 right now.
Jagger Mitchell checks in for Burt Thomas, and Sam Lopman in for Silas Watkins. So that's a big weapon off the floor for Jackson. Inbound to Dawson Cross, left side corner 3, off of the back iron, rolls around the top of the backboard, and they'll call it out of bounds. Jackson ball. 19-5 with 1:11 remaining here in the first quarter on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Brunner, that is Gavin Brunner, slows it down, kicks it over to Lopman on the left side. Back over to Riggs Turner. He goes to Silas Watkins, who it looked like was coming off, but he's back on. He misses the shot, rebounded by Riggs Turner. Good defense by Mason Ellingford. As Lopman goes to Watkins, quickly back over to Brunner on the right side. Riggs Turner takes the dribble into the free throw line, hands off to Lopman, and he travels. Evanston's going to get the ball back.
That's 5 first quarter turnovers for Jackson. You're going to have a hard time staying in any game giving it away that many times.
Evan Brunner coming in for Gavin Brunner. So older brother comes in for younger brother. Evan a senior, Gavin a junior. Dawson Crofts gets the inbound pass with 36 seconds left in the first quarter, slows things down. David Baxter on the right side. Back to Mason at the top of the circle. Float pass to the big man. Bowen puts the shot up in the lane, too strong. Pulled down by Brunner. That's Lopman across the timeline. Looking for Silas Watkins. Miscommunication. Watkins couldn't bring that one in. It bounces off the railing in front of the student section, and they're letting them have it.
Yeah, and give Jagger Mitchell some credit there, really pressuring way out high on the perimeter. That helped force that turnover.
16 seconds left in the first quarter. Evanston will have the final shot in the first. 19-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Dawson Crofts back over to Jagger Mitchell on the right. Back to Wade Bowen, top circle, quickly to Dawson. He fires a 3 ball at the buzzer. It's good.
3. It was a 3.
Oh, he put his hand up, so it was a 3?
Yes.
Okay, so the 3 ball. And Dawson Crofts with 6 first quarter, not first half, first quarter points, and it's 22-5. We'll be right back with quarter number 2 after this on a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Well, if there was a question about how Evanston would respond after being upset by Cody last night, I think the question's been answered. 22 first half points, first quarter points, 5 allowed to Jackson. It's 22-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board as we start the second quarter.
Evanston shot 8 of 14 in that first half, including 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, and blocked 3 shots.
Gavin Brunner fouled by Jagger Mitchell on the drive. So the junior will pick up his first one.
No, I think they called it away from the ball, a moving screen, or an illegal screen.
Oh, on Jackson. I thought they were going to get Jacker for a little bit of contact, but you know what? We'll take that one. Sam Lopman gets the foul for Jackson. 3-ball Jagger Mitchell right side, no good. He gets his own rebound back. He's going to get another shot at it. That one off the back iron, pulled down by Wade Bowen, and he gets called a foul on the shot. So Wade Bowen, I believe you said 80% free throw shooter, will go to the stripe. Only missed one all game yesterday.
Yeah, 88% on the season, is according to the WYO Prep stats. So that doesn't count yesterday's game, but 7 of 8.
Spoke too soon. They're going to inbound it under the net. Float pass from Burke Thomas to Wade Bowen, who goes above the crowd to reel it down. But Jackson is able to get their hands on it for the jump ball, and Evanston gets the possession arrow.
That's a hard one. Bowen going high to get that pass, but coming down, a lot of traffic.
Wade Bowen gets it on the right side, quickly over to Jagger Mitchell, stolen by Gavin Brunner. He rushes into the right block, puts the shot up, no good, rebounded by Sam Lopman. Second attempt, no good, pulled down by Braxton Lind. Evanston's going the other way. David Baxter. Pass to Jagger Mitchell, picked off by Evan Brunner. He'll go to the glass, can't finish it, rebounded by Watkins, and he will. First points by Silas Watkins, and it's now 22-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. David Baxter, top of the circle three, yes! Wow. 6 points for Baxter, and it's now 25-7. Red Devils just pulling away already. 6:49 remaining here in the first half.
50% from three-point range, 5 of 10 for the Red Devils.
Gavin Brunner drops the ball. Jagger Mitchell tries to go to the ground to get it. Instead, he'll fling it out to Evan Brunner, who goes into the lane, off the glass and in the net.
Jackson doing a much better job already in this second quarter of attacking the basket. They attempted 2 two-point field goals in the first quarter. That's already 5 in this second.
Braxton Lind in the lane. The All-State golfer puts it up, and it's in the hole.
Great little floater there. Nice move. Knew right where he was under the hoop. Just faded away enough to get away from the defense.
27-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Red Devils starting to really settle in here. Silas Watkins on the left side. Drives to the free throw line, and an off-ball foul.
Riggs Turner went to screen Braxton Lind, and Lind kind of knew he was coming, but Turner was not set as Lind made to move and follow on the defense. So Turner the foul on the illegal pick.
Big substitution coming up. Dawson Crofts, Jagger Mitchell, Wade Bowen, and all taking a seat for Mason Ellingford. Dawson Crofts, it's just going to be Mason Ellingford, Dawson Crofts, and Burke Thomas back in. Cross launches a three, pulled down by Lind, and he puts it back. 8 points for Lind.
Boy, Lind all over the court. Couple rebounds, those points, that bucket on the offensive glass.
It's a 20-point game. Evanston leads in the second quarter, 5.5. Silas Watkins, top of the circle three, pulled down by Ellingford before it even gets to the net. Dawson Crofts to a wide-open David Baxter. Float pass to Braxton Lind. They are making the extra pass. Burke Thomas, right side three. There's the deadly shooter we all know and love.
Wow.
9 points for Burke Thomas. 32-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Timeout called What were you going to say?
This is Evanston. I mean, at their best, this is what Evanston can do. They're knocking down threes. They played inside out. They're getting those buckets inside. Lind and Ellingford and Bowen inside with using that height and length. And then Thomas and Baxter hitting the outside shot, and Dawson Crofts.
Great job. We're going to keep it here. I'm sure we'll have plenty of timeouts throughout this one as Jackson trails 32-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Red Devils just absolutely responding to, I think, the questions people had after being upset by Cody on their home floor in the first round. And they've done a great job. The whole place is pumped up. You can feel the energy is completely changed.
How many points did they score against Cody yesterday?
They scored 44, and they've got 32 already.
And still 5 minutes and 16 seconds left in the second quarter.
We'll see what Evanston decides to do if they take their foot off the gas a little bit, because you hate to say it this early, but the outcome of this one, I don't know if there's a lot of doubt surrounding it right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is Evanston's. We said it before. They had dominated this team prior to today's game. They were 2-0 against Jackson, and they're in the driver's seat, but they got to keep playing.
Brunner kicks it over to Watkins on the right side, covered by Braxton Lind. One thing that really impressed me about him, as the pass to Sam Lopeman gets out of his hands and goes across the baseline. Evanston will take over. As I was mentioning, Braxton Lind, you see him. He's got hustle written all over him. He doesn't take a play off. Burke Thomas floats one to Mason Ellingford. Wide open. Dawson Crofts in the lane. Nowhere to go but up as Crofts makes it 34-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy board.
And Ellingford know the double team coming, so he's looking for open cutters. And what a dish there. Looking like the Joker from Jokic, right?
Yeah, Jokic from Denver.
Denver Nuggets.
Exactly. Brunner rushes to the right block. Blocked by Mason Ellingford. He gets his own rebound. Passes intercepted by Latham Chandler, and he's fouled.
And Evanston, just between Crofts or Ellingford and Braxton Lind, I think that's 6 blocks in the game. And they're getting hands on in passing lanes. They're deflecting passes. That's 8 turnovers for Jackson.
This is a team that wants to send a message to the rest to really everyone, saying, you know what, we may have lost in the first round, but you know what, by any means, we are not done. First pass on foul on Teague Johnson as Latham Chandler shoots the free throw, as Evanston's already in the bonus. No good. Jackson trying to figure out how they can capture some momentum as there's 4:20 left in the first quarter. Brunner bounces it over to Watkins, right elbow off the backboard into the hands of Ellingford. It's an Ellingford board for the Red Devils. Dawson Crofts goes to the left side. Burke Thomas in the corner. Back over to Dawson, top of the circle three, puts the brakes on, shakes one defender, wide open. Burke Thomas left side three, yes.
Burke, is that 3 or 4 for him?
That is 4 for Burke Thomas. It is 37-9. Red Devils come out firing here in this one. Going to the left side, we've got Gavin Brunner in the wing. Dawson Crofts playing great defense on him. Gets it back out to Riggs Turner. Brunner over to Evan Brunner. Back over to Watkins, trying to find that extra pass. Where is that chance for Jackson? And it's not going to come here, as they say it was dribbled on the baseline. No, they're going to call a foul. My apologies.
Yeah, Latham Chandler got 2 hands in on the defense. That's a double hand check. You're going to get called on that every time.
Inbound under the net for Jackson. Lopeman comes out for the Bronx. Inbounds to Watkins on the right side. Almost double teamed there by Evanston, but a good handoff from Watkins to Brunner. He takes it to the 10-foot line on the volleyball court here at EHS. He loses control of the basketball. Pass is intended for Evan Brunner, but goes across the right sideline. And Evanston's got the ball back after the turnover.
Just looking for some help, toss it out there just as his intended receiver cut the other direction. 9 turnovers for Jackson.
Burke Thomas goes to Mason Ellingford at the free throw line. Fake handoff. Mason drives to the right side, block, and draws the foul.
Strong move by Mason Ellingford. And again, he got the ball. He looked to pass first, nothing there. Then he turns and attacks the hoop.
Ellingford at the free throw line. we hate to talk about it, but we're at that point. Should Evanston go up by 40, we're in a running clock.
Wow.
And we've still got 3 minutes left to go.
I think that's after halftime.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They don't go to running clock till after the half.
But we got 3 minutes left in the first half as Ellingford bounces the first free throw off the back iron.
The Red Devils shooting better from three-point range than the free throw line at this point. Which you've only attempted 4 free throws. It's okay at this.
As Mason splashes the second one, and it's 38-9. Red Devils up by 29.
Wow, what a start for Evanston.
That's Watkins goes to Gavin Brunner. He drives to the right block, puts the shot up, and it's an offensive foul on Jackson.
Yeah, and he doesn't like it, Evan Brunner, but you could see, from where I'm sitting, you could see that elbow come out, up, and that created the space. Pretty easy call.
Scoreboard showing that Evan Brunner picks up his second foul on the offensive foul, and Burke Thomas inbounds it with 2:44 left in the half. Dawson Crofts on the right side gets called for a travel.
And he just hesitated. The defense was right up closer into his grill than I think he expected, and that forced the turnover.
That student section is growing by the minute. Look at this. You still got kids coming in. Silas Watkins across the timeline, slowing things down. Back over to Sam Scott. Pass intended for Brunner, picked off by Burke Thomas. Wide open Latham Chandler in the lane. Good for him. Latham Chandler on the transition bucket. 40-9.
Evanston soccer team's goalkeeper getting out and running out in front of everybody.
Quickly over to Sam Scott. He'll go to Evan Brunner. Screen by Riggs Turner. Brunner just followed by a swarm of Red Devils. Yeah, they'll hand it off to Watkins. Looking for Brunner. Blocked by Wade Bowen. Big man Bowen comes out of nowhere, gets into the lane, and slaps the shot from Evan Brunner across the baseline.
Dad's over there smiling about that one. Lane Bowen liked that swat. That was great.
Inbound by Jackson, wide open. Riggs Turner, who goes right back to Brunner, drives in the lane looking for Sam Scott. Ripped out of the hands by Scott by Jagger Mitchell. Jump ball, Evanston's got the possession arrow.
Elan, Evanston's playing with an urgency and an intensity on defense. I don't know if you've seen it. I didn't see this against Worland, and I didn't see it at a couple of games I came to watch Evanston play the Green River triple overtime win.
This is the team that you want to take to state. If you can take a team like this into the Casper tournament, who knows what could happen with this much tenacity on defense.
Right, the way they're communicating, helping each other on defense, this can be an excellent defensive team.
Quickly over to Teague Johnson, who goes right back to Evan Brunner on the right side. Drives to the right block, and he's fouled. Let's see. I think that's going to be Burke.
Coach Burke Thomas looked at Coach Cornea, and Lex just puts his arms out like, don't worry about it. That's one on you, man. It's not a big deal. Look at the scoreboard.
40-9 with 1:26 left in the first half. The Red Devils just came out here wanting to send a message to everyone in the state. Kelly Walsh, Star Valley, no one's gotten as big of a gap on them as Evanston's gotten in this first half as Watkins goes in there. Actually, I'm going to have to double check that. See, what I know for a fact that Star Valley Kelly Walsh last night didn't get this type of points on him. Burke Thomas to Braxton Lynn, top circle three off the back iron. Why not try it?
Yeah, they've been hitting just about everything else from out there.
55 seconds left in the first half. Watkins at the top of the circle. Over to Scott from the right block. Back to Watkins, almost taken away by Braxton Lynn, but Watkins does a great job retaining it. Good moves by Watson, blocked by Braxton Lynn. Quick pass over to Latham Chandler. He goes to the right block, puts the shot up. No good, it rolls around. Pulled down by by Turner with 32 seconds left in the first half. Watkins going to slow it down. They're going to hold for the final shot. It's 40-11 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Red Devils up. Braxton Lind comes up to play defense on Watkins, and if I'm Watkins, that's not the guy I want because Lind has been great on the defensive side of the ball today. 9 seconds left as Evanston does a fake, the crowd does a fake count, and it looks like there is a foul called on Scott, or sorry, on the drive of Scott. It'll be on
Bowen.
Wade. So his second one. As Chase Brady will come in for Latham Chandler. We're going to probably start seeing some guys that have not gotten to play in this regional tournament yet. Aiden Walker, free throw, good.
Jackson 3 for 3 from the free throw line. They haven't been able to hit much else.
40-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Next one off the front iron, pulled down by Jagger Mitchell. Long pass to wide open Burke Thomas. It goes to the right block. It rolls around, hits the back iron, and drops in as the buzzer hits. That is a shot you are familiar with, Brian Steiner.
Wow, Bryce Valley won the 1A boys tournament last week with something just like that. Burke finishes the first half for Evanston. Fantastic.
40-12 at the half. We're going to step aside, catch our break. Or 42-12, we're going to step aside, catch our breath. When we come back, we'll have our halftime show after this on the first big presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
Crafting is really fun. Sometimes a tutorial helps get the project finished just right. TheLittlesWoodShop.com offers tutorials on Facebook to teach you new techniques and fun ideas for crafting. Follow us on Facebook so you're notified each time we post a new tutorial. Plus, get all your supplies for each project at TheLittlesWoodShop.com. We sell individual project supplies, kits for group projects, and we sell bulk wholesale crafting supplies. Visit TheLittlesWoodShop.com today.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes for the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty. Where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Welcome back to this first big presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com. At the half, Red Devils lead Jackson 42-12. We got some stats for you, and we'll go over those in a minute. First, we've got Jeremy Fessler, coach for the Evanston Lady Red Devils basketball team. Coach Fessler, tragically, your guys' season ended earlier this morning in a 43-36 loss to Cody. Just talk about the team this year and what should be the lasting impression from this group of girls?
Well, they showed a lot of heart and fight all year long. And, I told the girls this after the game, we struggled in the mid part of the year. We lost the 5 in a row, and we struggled at the regional tournament. But I told them it's one of my fastest years coaching because I enjoyed going to practice every day. Because they made it that way, because they're such awesome young ladies, and they supported each other. They're a family. It's probably one of the closest teams that I've been around as in my 5 years of coaching. So those are the things you look at, how hard and they fought every time, and we try to put a good product out on the floor for the fans to come and enjoy it. Sometimes we miss a lot of shots, and I wish that could get better, but for the most part, we do what we can.
Last game in their Red Devil careers for Zosha Novakowski, Maggie Moore, Amber Lowe, Tiana Pierce, and Taryn Wagstaff. What do you think is their lasting mark on the book of Lady Red Devil basketball?
Just re-saying what I said, it's that leadership that they brought and that family-knit group. We didn't have the most talent basketball-wise with that group, but guess what? They're going to be fine young ladies, and they made a step for us to build on next year and say, you know what, this is how tight we need to be. This is how we need to support one another. This is how we need to not talk bad about each other or to each other. And that's the biggest thing that I can see these girls doing. They've brought a foundation that we haven't had. I mean, we've always been okay, but nothing like this year where we're so tight and support each other so well.
Also, a lot to look forward to in the future for Lady Red Devil basketball. A lot of underclassmen got some some varsity time. It may be a little early to be talking about it, but what are some things that you notice about the upcoming team in the 2020-2021 season?
We definitely have some growth to do over the summer. There's no doubt about it. We've got to get in the gym. We got to shoot baskets. And we got to shoot game-type baskets, not just sit in the gym and shoot, but actually do drills where we're moving at game speed so that those things transfer over into games. But there is a lot of potential with what we got coming up. Our younger classes, our freshmen were, 16-5 or something, and then our JV team was 16, about the same record. And so, I think our JV lost 2 games in conference. So we got things that are coming. We got girls, we got some height coming. We're going to be taller at all positions, but we just got to get better skill, better passing, better shooting, better dribbling, so we can make that leap and contend next year a little bit better.
Stacia Barker, probably going to be a big focal point in the future. 13 points yesterday, 6 points today, really starting to find her groove offensively. It'll be interesting to see what kind of player she develops into.
Yeah, I know she's going to play a lot of basketball in the offseason, so that's going to help her immensely. I thought defensively she was solid all year. She had a couple of spells here and there. And offensively, these last 2 games, it sort of came, and she didn't shoot a lot today. She should have shot more than she shot. But these last two games, that started to come around a little bit. She got a little bit more confidence. You could see it growing in her. So that's nice. Yeah, she'll be a good building piece. One of many building pieces that we have.
Last question. When you think about this 2020 team, what is going to be your favorite memory looking back? I mean, you talk about how this was one of your fastest years. This was one of the most drama-free years. What is going to be one of your fondest memories looking back?
You could look at certain games. The thriller in Lyman. That was a fun game to be a part of. That game against Laramie that went overtime last night. That was we had a lot of battles.
Yeah.
And so that's what you take from it. But just being in the team room with the girls and joking around and seeing their smiles and how polite and how nice they are, and that's what I'm going to take away is how awesome a group that these seniors and these juniors and sophomores were.
Coach Jeremy Fessler, Evanston Lady Red Devil basketball head coach, thank you so much for your time all year. Is there anything else you'd like to cover?
No, that's it. Thanks for the coverage.
Not a problem.
Sure.
Our pleasure. Coach Jeremy Fessler, Evanston Lady Red Devils basketball. Quickly recapping the first half for the Evanston Red Devils, just quick point totals. I've got for Jackson, they only have 12 points on the entire game. 1 point for Aiden Walker, 4 for Evan Bruner, 3 for Gavin Bruner, and 3 for Silas Watkins. For the Evanston Red Devils, 6 for David Baxter, 8 for Dawson Crofts, 3 for Mason Ellingford, 2 for Latham Chandler, 8 for Braxton Lind, and a whopping 14 for Burke Thomas. Ryan Steiner joining us again. We got 2 minutes till the tip-off of the third quarter, and I'm just going to let you talk. This has been crazy.
I mean, numbers tell a story on this one, Elan. Evanston shot twice as many shots almost. They took 19 shots in that first half from the floor, whereas Jackson only took 16. And in addition to taking more shots, Evanston shot more than double the percentage, 52% shooting for Evanston to Jackson's 25%. And that, I think not to say we were right, but this is what we see when Evanston plays their game. Go inside out. Ellingford finding guys, kicking it outside, and Evanston shot 50% from three-point range. If you can do that, you're going to be in or win a lot of games. 50%, that's like BYU territory for that streak of games where they won, and beat Gonzaga. And that's just, it's unrealistic to think that can happen every night. But the way Evanston is playing, boy, that was an incredible first half.
Two of the top teams in the West have played this Jackson team, and last time it was Star Valley played them. They beat them 64-16. Kelly Walsh beat them 69-32 last night. Evanston is on track to blow away those type of offensive productions.
I think you'd expect Evanston to slow things down a little bit here in this second half, and you'll see some younger guys probably get into the game. But you're right, man. What a dominant first half by Evanston.
42-12 the score, as I believe that we will win is the chant from the student section. I believe that there's a very good chance they are right.
Here's a big number. Jackson with 10 turnovers in that first half, Evanston with 2. When you take care of the ball and shoot a high percentage, you can 42-12, baby.
I'm just blown away. Burke Thomas, 14 points in the first half. I mean, we've seen, according to Coach Cornea, we've seen Burke Thomas catch fire before. But what we've seen today is, I think, the production that he has dreamed of ever since he got the promotion to varsity.
Yeah, and he's got a real smooth and pure shot. He's not great off the dribble, and he doesn't. But if he has time to set his feet square to the hoop, I mean, 50% is not unrealistic for him night in, night out if he gets that time.
Evanston inbounded to start the third quarter, going from right to left over to David Baxter. We'll see what kind of start we have as the whistle is blown. Didn't see what happened, though.
Ellingford called, I think, or was it Burke Thomas?
Gonna look at the scoreboard. Braxton Lind.
Oh, Lind.
Called for a foul. And Jackson will get the ball back. Across the timeline, kicks it over to Silas Watkins. Watkins into the lane, spin move, and he's going to get called for a travel. He spun and he jumped and then came back down, so that's going to get you every time. Burke Thomas inbound for Evanston, goes Dawson Crofts on the right. Dawson back to Ellingford. Burke, who's got the hot hand, and it's going to be a jump ball as the pass to Burke saw both him and Evan Brunner with hands around the ball. Possession arrow, Jackson.
Evanston's got to be careful here. They come out with such a big lead. If they get too lackadaisical, Jackson can come back.
Brunner on the right side, drives to the right block and makes contact with Ellingford out of bounds. It was hip-to-hip contact, no foul, clean play. And Dawson Crofts will inbound it now for the Red Devils after the turnover.
That's just good defense by Ellingford. Hands up. He didn't initiate the contact. He was backing away. Just great defense.
Burke Thomas loses the basketball timeline, picked up by Brunner. And Jackson going to come out with a little bit more intensity than I think we've seen in a little bit. 3-ball, Scott, left corner, off of the front iron, pulled down by Braxton Lind. He gets it over to Burke Thomas before he crosses the baseline. And Burke is rushing into the lane, puts the shot up off the glass, and one.
Wow.
Burke Thomas picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, that's exactly where he left off. Laying it up, hangs on the rim, and then drops through the cylinder.
And he's going to get a chance. He's got 12 from beyond the arc. Why not add on an old school three-point play? 44-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Burke Thomas off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Ellingford, and he'll easily put it right back. So instead of just getting the 1 point, they'll get 2 additional points thanks to Mason. 6:50 left in the third quarter. Brunner hands off to Silas Watkins. He goes to the right block, into the lane. Circular move, no good. Rebounded by Braxton Lind, but looks like there's going to be a foul call. It'll be a push, or no, a hold on Evanston. It'll be the second one on Burke Thomas. Scott to inbound it for the Bronx. Whistle called, and he waited too long.
Wow, 5-second violation.
Dawson Crofts over to Burke Thomas. Across the timeline. No, not quite yet. He looked like he's about to, and then he pulled up. Now over to Dawson Crofts. Top of the circle. Back over to David Baxter on the left, the senior, with Riggs Turner on wide open to Dawson Crofts, left corner. Instead of taking the three, he drives into the lane and lays it up and puts it in there. Good play there by Dawson.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of guys do that. Everybody wants to shoot the three ball now, but Lynn saw something, took it to the hole, and got the easy lay-in.
Three ball, top of the circle. Brunner off of the rim, rebounded by Braxton. Lind is going to rush it across the timeline. Long pass to Dawson Crofts, right corner. He's looking for Mason Ellingford. The pass is tipped, but he gets it over to Ellingford, who now hands off to Thomas. Quickly to Baxter, to Crofts, top of the circle. Three, off the front iron, the glass, pulled down by Ellingford. He can't get the shot up, and it is taken away by Jackson. 5:43 left to go. 48-12 Red Devils on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evan Brunner, top of the circle. Back over to Lopman inside the arc. Evan Brunner with David Baxter working him on defense. He loses control of the basketball. Picked up by Dawson Crofts. He's on his own to the left block, and he's fouled by Sam Lopman.
And Evanston just firing on all cylinders. Offensively, they've had a couple turnovers early in this third quarter, but the intensity they're using on defense is transitioning into hot, energetic play on offense.
Evanston is 2 of 4 from the free throw line as a team, as Dawson, first one rolls around and drops through. And it is 49-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 5:23 left in the third quarter. Cross about to make it 50-12 should he hit this one. The crowd goes silent, letting Cross get the shot, and he splashes that one through, but there's a whistle.
Lynn stepped over the line too early as a lane violation.
And it'll take away the free throw. Casey Perriman checking in for Dawson Crofts. I would imagine we'll probably see Lex Cornea start transitioning his starters out at this point. 49-12 with 5:19 left in the third quarter. Watkins over to Lopman, left block. Good defense by Braxton Lynn, causing him to go to Riggs Turner outside the arc. Looking for Watkins. Braxton Lynn trying to poke the ball away, and he fouls Watkins.
Just a little too much. He was out of position to try and knock that ball away from behind.
Third foul on the junior as Evan Brunner checks in for Sam Scott. 49-12 with 5:06 left in the third. Brunner on the right side. He goes to the right block, puts the layup up off the glass and good. 6 points for Evan Brunner in the game. 49-14. Over to Casey Perriman on the right side, looking for Wade Bowen, right block. Back to Perriman, top of the circle. Wide open, Burke Thomas in the left corner. Thought about taking the three. Instead, he dishes to David Baxter. Back over to Burke Thomas in the left wing. Headed towards the center. Gavin Brunner tries to poke the ball away from him. Instead, they'll go to Casey Perriman. Goes to Wade Bowen, right block, off the glass and in.
Love that extra pass by Perriman. He had the open look from three if he wanted it, and he's a good three-point shooter, but he sees Bowen hit with great position, just fired it in there for the easy high percentage two.
Watkins from the right block, no good. Pulled down by big man Bowen, and now Evanston's got it. Casey Perriman gets the pass from Burke Thomas in the left block. Taking the charge is Riggs Turner, and Perriman will pick up his first foul.
Well, I had nothing to say about that. I mean, I didn't see it real well, but it looked like Perriman was beat to the spot.
We're laughing at the chant of the crowd of the student section as Silas Watkins goes across the timeline.
What do you have for Watkins on points?
I've got Silas Watkins as Evan Brunner launches a three ball, rebounded by Bowen. Watkins, I've got three. As taken away from Braxton Lind by Evan Brunner, but there's a foul called on Brunner as he's trying to take the ball away from Lind, I believe is the call. Yeah, it's the fourth. It's the fourth on Evan Brunner, so he's got to be really careful moving forward. We are still 3:53 in the third, 51-14 Red Devils.
The reason I asked about Watkins, he averages, again, coming in, average almost 13 points a game.
Right.
Evanston's defense has been on point.
Right now, it's 3 points for him. Casey Perriman's on the right side. Good defense by Watkins. Long pass to a wide open Braxton Lynn from the right block. 10 points for the junior. 53-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. They are one away from getting the running clock. Brunner into the left block. Stolen by Burke Thomas. David Baxter gets it across the timeline. Braxton Lynn calling for it again in the lane. Going to Casey Perriman on the right side. Burke Thomas, top of the circle, 3. Rolls around the rim, no good. Pulled down by Lopman. 53-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Red Devils up by a lot, sorry, with 3:06 left to go
39.
in the third quarter. Yeah, 39. Watkins, free throw line, back over to Brunner on the right side. David Baxter is there quickly. They put on the double team with Burke Thomas. Pass is taken away from Lopman by Burke Thomas, and Evanston's going the other way. Looking for that one more point to get the running clock. Burke thought about taking it from the top of the circle. Instead, goes to David Baxter, finds Braxton Lind in the lane. Double team around the double team, and he draws the foul.
Nice pass there from Baxter that got over past the defense and led Lind right toward the hoop.
Braxton Lind, well, David Baxter, the varsity quarterback for the Red Devils football team this year, showing those skills as Braxton Lind will go to the free throw line for attempts at points number 11 and 12 on the game for him. We'll see what happens here as Braxton puts the first one up, rolls around the rim, and no good. 53-14. Jagger Mitchell coming in for David Baxter, and that's probably it for the senior in this one. I would imagine if they get up by 40 and get that running clock, then Coach Cornea, there's the bucket, and now we're in the running clock. And sure enough, as soon as that happened, Braxton Lynn comes out for Latham Chandler. Only one starter remains, and that is Burke Thomas. Maybe Coach Cornea testing out a possible starting lineup for next year, as everybody on the court for Evanston is an underclassman with the exception of Perriman. Red Devils up 54-14. 3 ball by Watkins, rebounded by Chandler. Evanston ready to take it the other way, slowing things down. Burke Thomas taking his time across the timeline. Casey Perriman on the left side. Drives to the left block, off the glass and in.
And there's Perriman's driving ability. He's got that strong first quick step, and then he's strong on the finish.
And you know, Casey's been setting things up for everybody all year. It's good to see him finally get some points of his own, as Brunner is fouled by Jagger Mitchell. But look at this. You got Chase Brady and Carson Wall going to the table. Out comes Burke Thomas. His day is done. 16 points in 3 quarters. And Wade Bowen will come out as well.
Just smart, very good basketball today by that Evanston Red Devils starting crew. Just fantastic.
Evanston has Latham Chandler, Carson Wall, Chase Brady, Jagger Mitchell, Casey Perriman on the courts. Over to Riggs Turner, back to Brunner, top of the circle, 3, short, rebounded by Jagger Mitchell. Jagger goes down to the right block, beautiful circular movement, rolls around and drops in. Oh my goodness. Jagger just says, I'm taking this one over. Pass missed by Riggs Turner, blocked out to Carson Wall by Jagger Mitchell. Carson Wall bounces a pass over to Latham Chandler in the lane. He can't get it to go, and Jackson's taking it the other way. 58-14, we are in running clock territory. Evanston up by 44.
Great idea by Wall on that pass.
This is a good opportunity for the Evanston underclassmen to see what they have together as a group, as Carson Wall comes out of nowhere to block a Jackson shot off the backboard and tries to save it before crossing the baseline.
Well, and a great hustle. Wall came from behind on Will Pugh. And look at the height difference between Pugh and Wall there. I mean, that's got to be at least 8 inches.
In favor of Pugh.
Right. Wall goes up high, knocks the ball away, and then almost saved it.
36.6 seconds left here in the third quarter. This is the first running clock Evanston has had all year. Inbound to Pugh as he puts it up in the lane and drops it. Red Devils, 58-16 here in the third quarter. Carson Wall, Jagger Mitchell. He goes to the left block. Floater shot off the back iron, pulled down by Riggs Turner. 13 seconds left in the third. Brunner across the timeline. Quickly over to Silas Watkins. Right side, hard pass right back to Lopman. Brunner top of the circle, 3, rolls around the rim. rebounded by Chase Brady, and that's going to be the third quarter. So the Red Devils lead at 57-16 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll be right back with the Western Wyoming Community College Evanston campus fourth quarter after this on a First Make presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Well, the Red Devils have a date tomorrow morning at 11:30 as they will play the loser of the Rock Springs Star Valley semifinal matchup in a game where the winner will go to state. The loser, their season is done. Wade Bowen checking back in for Evanston, so Casey Perriman will have a seat. Interesting, the five on the court were having a huddle. In the middle of it, guess who? Braxton Lind, kind of one of those spiritual leaders, it looks like, for the Red Devils.
Elan, Evanston has attempted 42 shots. They've made almost 50% of those. Jackson has only attempted 26 shots. That's including 2 and 3s.
Carson Wall gets the first one. Jagger Mitchell on the right side. Floats one to Wade Bowen at the block. Back to Jagger, back to Bowen, back to Carson. Evanston making the extra pass. Jagger in the corner looking for Latham Chandler. Picked up by Wade Bowen. And Jagger goes to Carson. Top of the circle three. Latham Chandler on the left. 7:40 remaining. Running clock. Evanston's going to win this one. It's 58-16. Jagger Mitchell left side three. Off the front iron. Rebounded by Chase Brady. He gets it right back out to Jagger. Quick pass to Carson Wall. Top of the circle three. Off the back iron. Rebounded by, it looked like Bowen touched it last before it crosses the baseline. Jackson gets the ball back. 7:20 remaining in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Western Wyoming Community College Evanston campus. Enter with passion, lead with purpose. And that is exactly what Evanston did this entire game.
Man, you said it. A lot of passion to start this game out. Jumped out to that big lead and just holding on, building it.
Lopeman quickly over to Brunner. Now Riggs Turner. Bounces it back to Brunner, right side. The senior probably playing in his last game in a Jackson basketball uniform. Pugh in the lane. Interrupted by Evanston. Chase Brady gets there to get the ball. And now Evanston's taking it back. 6:41 left in the fourth quarter. Latham Chandler on the right side. Back to Bowen in the block. And it is taken away by Jackson. Great job by Silas Watkins. Bullet pass intercepted by Jagger Mitchell. Goes to the right side looking for Latham Chandler, and he's fouled by Brunner.
Jackson with 18 turnovers in the game, and that on top of what Evanston, how good Evanston has been on offense. Jackson had no chance in this one.
And a tragedy just happened. Brunner has fouled out as a senior, so his high school basketball career is over. As you would think Evanston is going to run away with this one. They're up by 42 points. Carson Wall gets the inbound on the right side. Back over to Jagger Mitchell. Wade Bowen in the block, double team, back out to Jagger, top of the circle. Over to Chase Brady, right corner three, rolls around, rebounded by Latham Chandler, finishes it off. Ryan, I just heard the Jackson broadcaster call Jagger Mitchell moves like Jagger. I think we need to use that one.
Well, we'll get to use that in the Outlaws season too.
Oh, yeah.
Elan.
Picked off by Jagger Mitchell. He's got the moves for sure. Right block off the glass and draws the foul.
Moves like Jagger.
I love it. 60-19 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
16, sorry to.
60, sorry to 60 to 16. Sorry. That's what it said. I just have dyslexia sometimes.
Upside down. What is it when the sixes? That's
right. As Jagger Mitchell's first free throw rings around. It's selective dyslexia. I mean, it's one of those deals where I can get it, but and then sometimes I look down and it's a story. as Jagger misses the first free throw. This also be a good time to let you know Ryan Steiner and I will be the broadcast team for the Evanston Red Devil soccer team. So if you're enjoying this banter, this chemistry, it's just getting started. Jagger Mitchell misses the second one off the back iron. Jackson takes it across the timeline and draws the foul. It'll be on, I believe, Latham Chandler. Yeah, his second one of the game. Reminder, Evanston has Chandler, Carson Wall, Wade Bowen, Chase Brady, Jagger Mitchell on the floor. And just as I mentioned that, Chase Brady with an interception kicks it over to Jagger Mitchell. He bounces it off of the foot of a Jackson player, and it's out of bounds. Wade Bowen just checked out, and now Stetson Wiedrich checks in, and Stetson, the chant from the crowd.
Burke Thomas and Braxton Lynn from the bench putting a hand up, telling Jagger, hey, finish that. Just lay that up and in, son.
It's Latham Chandler. Chase Brady, top circle three. If he hits that one, this place is going to explode, but it gets off the top of the backboard. You know, in game situations like these, it's really fun to see the players that don't get a lot of play time. And if they do something good, the crowd's going to explode like it's a state championship game winner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. And you heard the crowd shouting, the student section, put him in, put him in. I think referring to Stetson Wiedrich.
Yep, and he's in. So they got their way. Carson Wall, right block, puts a floater shot, rings around, no good. Pulled down by 2 Jackson Bronx with 3:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. Long pass intended for 31. I don't know 31. I don't have that on my roster. It's off his fingertips and across the right sideline into the corner. Jagger Mitchell just kind of bounces it inbound to Carson Wall. Evanston not going to try to rub it in. They're just taking time off the clock with 2:40 remaining in the Western Wyoming Community College Evanston campus fourth quarter. Stetson Wiedrich drives into the elbow, back to Jagger Mitchell, right side three, rings around, pulled down by, I don't have a 14 on my roster either, so it looks like Jackson is just going to dig into their JV at this point.
I got 14 as Shane Sufton.
All right, so Shane Sufton gets the rebound as a timeout is called. We'll take it as well. Red Devils lead it 60-16 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston getting ready to move on to the next round on a first break presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
Happy days are back in Evanston, 60-16 Red Devils with 2 minutes 26 seconds remaining in the Western Wyoming Community College Evanston campus fourth quarter. That student section has been growing all game, and they have come to see a show, and the Red Devils put it on.
Yeah, 50% from three-point range in the first half and 52% from two-point range in that first half. Evanston just burning, and then even more impressive, their defensive intensity and energy has been excellent today.
And it looks like that's carried over to the I guess you could, I'd hate to use this, and I don't mean it offensively, but the second stringers.
Right, no,
I mean, it's still the same score as it was when Corney took all of his starters out for Jackson. They haven't scored a single point.
And you like at this point, you know, when you get those younger guys in, they're trying to prove something as well. So you have to just disregard the score at this point. Both teams with second string or even third string, you know, guys who are trying to send a message, Coach, this is what I can do if you put me on the court next year.
Jagger Mitchell, long pass back to Stetson Wiedrich, goes to the right block, puts the shot up, taken away by Henry Barize, but it's across the left baseline. And Evanston, with less than 90 seconds left, commits a turnover. 1:20 to be exactly, 1 minute 20 seconds. Well, now 1 minute 16, as it's going to be hard to keep up with that running clock. Watkins across the timeline. Kicks it over to Sutton. Back over to Barize. Right now, Jackson looking for something from the free throw line. Sutton off the back iron. Second attempt by Barize is good, and that is the first points in quite a while for Jackson, 60-18.
Elan, I may have missed one, but I've got that as their first shot attempt of the fourth quarter.
43 seconds left. Carson Wall, top circle three, out of the backboard, rebounded by Stetson Wiedrich, draws the foul, and listen to that crowd. Wiedrich's going to shoot free throws with 33 seconds left. 30 seconds left. They haven't stopped the clock. They do at 29.6. It will be Stetson Wiedrich. And if he hits one of these, look out, Evanston.
Evanston has not been particularly good from the foul line today. I've got him at 5 of 9. Nope, 5 of 11. But really, I mean, frankly, that's being nitpicky because everything else, the Red Devils have done great today.
Timeout called. We'll take it as well. Red Devils up with 29 seconds left on a first bank presentation. Actually, there's the buzzer. It looked like it was a 30-second timeout. So we're just going to keep it right here. Apologies for that. As Stetson Wiedrich will go to the line, and with how excited the crowd was to get him in, this might be the most exciting moment in the game for that student section, wanting Stetson Wiedrich to pick up some points.
He's had a little bit of varsity time this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, mostly in like final minute type situations. This has been the longest that Lex has let the JV play for a little bit. First one from Wiedrich off the front iron, no good.
I'll get those jitters out. That's his first varsity free throw attempt.
I do believe so.
Yeah, it is.
And Stetson puts it up. Off the front iron, rebounded by Latham Chandler, and he'll just say, you know what, buddy, I gotcha. Latham Chandler with 6 points today. 20 seconds left. Evanston might hold Jackson to under 20. 16 seconds left. Sutton trying to go to the right side. He falls, loses the ball, bounces it off of his own teammate Riggs Turner and out of bounds across the right sideline. Evanston looks like they're going to inbound the ball with 5.7 seconds left with a 62-18 victory in this pressure cooker type situation. Timeout called. We'll take it as well. Red Devils lead on a first bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
A pass to the Evanston Recreation Center gets you so much more than a weight room. A pass also gives you access to the pool, hot tub, steam rooms, cardio room, cycling studio, shooting range, basketball court, and locker rooms with showers. Passes also let you attend drop-in fitness classes at no additional cost, including Zumba, yoga, cycling, water aerobics, and strength training classes. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Recreation Center. Payment plans available. Stop in today.
Welcome back to this first bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 as they inbound to Carson Wall. 5 seconds tick off, and the Red Devils win this one 62-18. Wow, what a performance by the Red Devils as they came out after the loss to Cody, wanting to send a message. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we will have our post-game show after this on a first bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com. Final score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard: Evanston 62, Jackson 18.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Welcome back to this first big presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com. ELAN, OLLIFF here with Ryan Steiner bringing you the action live from Red Devil Gymnasium, host of the 2020 4A West Regional Tournament. It's time for your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston. Will the Red Devils and the Bronx, after losing in the first round, knew they had to come in here and win in order to keep their season alive? Evanston also had the added pressure of wanting to send a message after being upset on their home floor to a team that they had beat earlier in the regular season. Well, message received. At the end of the first quarter, it's 22-5. Evanston wins that one, of course, 22-5. In the second quarter, they put up 20 more points and only allow 7 in the second quarter for the Red Devils. And then in the third quarter, they do get the running clock, outscoring them 16-4. And then at that point, Coach Corney has pulled everybody out, and Evanston still does a great job, scoring 8-2. Final score, 62-18. Red Devils win this one, and I bet the stats are going to tell an amazing story. Ryan Steiner over there, with what do you got for this Freaky Fast Recap?
Well, I mean, there's on the surface, obviously, the points, 62-18. Evanston did that with taking care of the basketball and forcing turnovers. Jackson had 22 turnovers in the game. These are unofficial numbers, but just what I kept as we went along. Evanston with 6 turnovers in the game. And then shooting. Evanston shot 54% to Jackson's 21%. And on top of shooting almost 3 times better, Evanston shot almost twice as many shots. They took 44 shot attempts to Jackson's 28 shot attempts. So they shot more. They hit more of those shots from downtown. Evanston hit 7. They didn't hit a three-pointer in the second half, but they didn't need to. 7 of 14 in the first half, 50%. Just an overall dominant performance by the Red Devils.
That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. Again, that's Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast and fresh meat. My sandwich of choice, I'm kind of stuck between the Club Lulu and the number 16 no tomatoes. I know, Ryan, you're a big fan of the Italian with the hot peppers. So
number 9 with hot peppers. It's that simple every time.
That is the recommendation at Jimmy John's. A big thank you to Jimmy John's for taking care of us throughout the season. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have our Red Devil post-game stat report right after this on a first make presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
A pass to the Evanston Rec Center gives you access to 3 amazing weight rooms. As a serious weightlifter, you can accomplish all your goals of bulking and maximizing with our complete lines of Precor, Hoist, and Troy free weight equipment. If your weightlifting is more focused on firming, toning, core, and muscle strength, then you'll enjoy the Cybex equipment weight room. Don't wait another minute to reach your weight training goals. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Rec Center. Stop in today, 275 Saddle Ridge Road.
When you want something custom built for your home, farm and ranch, vehicle, or trailer, it needs to be done with precision, be strong, and be affordable. Get all this and more when you work with the Steel Shop at Ellingford Brothers. You bring the plan or idea, and they'll make it a reality. The Steel Shop sells and installs vehicle accessories like bull bars, running boards, and bed liners. They also specialize in truck and trailer hitches as well. Get it built to last. Ellingford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well-trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m., we invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to this First Bank presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com. ELAN, OLLIFF with Ryan Steiner here, and if you're just joining us, you missed a message that was signed, sealed, and delivered by the Evanston Red Devils. Final score 62-18 over Jackson, as Jackson will end their season winless, unfortunately, and the Red Devils will move on to take on the loser of tonight's Star Valley and Rock Springs matchup at 11:30 tomorrow morning's when that tip-off is scheduled for Evanston to see what happens next. Ryan Steiner has been keeping some advanced stats for me, and I really, really appreciate that. So, again, just a dominating performance, and I'm sure the numbers tell the story.
Yeah, I don't know about advanced. I mean, it's like
more advanced than I could do on myself.
Evanston, yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that tells the story to me is Evanston attempted 54 shots, Jackson attempted 28. Evanston hit 44%, Jackson hit 21%, and 22 turnovers. You're not going to even be in a lot of games if you commit more than 16, 17, and Jackson had 22 today. On top of that, Evanston's defense was just fantastic. They held Jackson to 21% shooting, including 8% from beyond the arc, 38% inside the arc, and then Evanston on the other end shot the lights out, especially in that first half where they built that big lead and then didn't have to. I mean, we had that fourth quarter. We had like 4, 5, 6 points total scored between the two teams with that running clock. I mean, teams, so Evanston did its damage in the first half. What a start! And that's a team. If Evanston plays like that, they can beat anybody in the West for sure.
Yeah, and that is, I think, exactly the message that Coach Corney is sending: is we play like that, we are a contender. We play like that, we can meet our goal. And I know that they have very, very lofty goals. But first things first, they are one game away from advancing to the state tournament. They got to beat the loser of the Rock Springs Star Valley matchup tonight. That Evanston's game will take place at 11:30 tomorrow morning. And it's going to be a good one. Should they win that one, they're into state. They're into the third place game. And at that point, they'll just be playing for seeding. But, you take it all the way back to the very beginning, and Evanston dominated it literally from the opening tip. During the tip-off, Mason Ellingford was the only one that jumped.
Right.
It was one of those deals where it was literally domination from the whistle. Evanston wanted to send a message. Point totals for the Jackson Bronx and the Evanston Red Devils. Right now I've got Evan Brunner with 6. He leads the team. 2 for Henry Barize, a free throw for Aiden Walker, 3 for Gavin Brunner, and 3 for Silas Watkins, which the fact they held him was pretty low is impressive because he's averaging, I think you said, 12 points per game?
Yeah, 12.5.
Yeah, and then for the Red Devils, the starters only played 3 quarters, so let's keep that in mind here. Jagger Mitchell, 2. Casey Perriman, 2. I'm going to read the starters last. Latham Chandler, 6. He had a great game. And Wade Bowen with 2. For the starters, first you've got David Baxter with 6, Dawson Crofts with 11, Mason Ellingford with 5, Braxton Lind with 11, and Burt Thomas with 16, including 12 from beyond the arc. Absolute dominating performance by the Evanston Red Devils. We're going to step aside, and we come back. We will have our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision play of the game right here on a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNY at 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you want to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Welcome back to this First Bank presentation of Red Devil Basketball on KNYN 99.1 with live audio online at mylocalradio.com. It's time to award our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham Family Dental Services. We had a discussion, Ryan, Steiner, and I, during the break about who we're going to award this play to, and it's really one of those ones where there wasn't a game-turning play. It really was Evanston's from the opening tip. And we settled on Burt Thomas. And you've got 6 great plays you can choose from. I know you had one that you specifically liked.
Yeah, right there at the end of the first half, Evanston beat the buzzer. Burt Thomas laid it up, and it was still on the rim when the buzzer sounded,
eternity.
And then dropped through. And that just kind of signaled, kind of an illustration of that first half. Everything rolled Evanston's way, including that shot.
And it definitely, I think, sends a message to everyone watching that, you know what, the way we played last night is not the team we are. And it was a great performance by the Evanston Red Devils. And I think we're going to go ahead and excuse Coach Cornea from a post-game interview today. So that is going to do it for our broadcasts today from the 4A West Regional Tournament. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Ryan Steinekert, our producer back at the studio, the one and only AJ Lamb, I'm ELAN saying we'll see you next time the ball flies, which will be right here at Red Devil Gymnasium tomorrow morning. Tip-off scheduled at 11:30 pregame around 11:15 a.m. as the Evanston Red Devils will battle the loser of Star Valley and Rock Springs to find out who will be going to Casper in the state tournament. Thank you so much, and take care.
You have been tuned in to a First Bank presentation of Evanston Red Devils basketball on KNYN, the Big Dog, with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's game has been brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, Dr. McKay Frankham, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Arrowhead Dental, Plains Tires, The Littlest Wood Shop, Evanston Regional Hospital, the Come On In Casper, Evanston Parks and Recreation, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Uinta County School District No. 1, Elling Ford Brothers, The Store, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Bear River Dental, Mountain West Business Solutions, and by Wyoming Dental Specialties. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with Rich's Ryan Steinekert and the Valley's Jake Hibbert, and production assistants Preston Bush, AJ Lamb, and Alyssa McDaniel. Biggest thanks to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archive games and past interviews with Red Devil players and coaches. Like My Local Radio on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Thank you for joining us on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Red Devil Sports on KNYN 99.1 FM and mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Devils!